Litecoin is one of the most established and most crude digital forms of money, after Bitcoin, which was established way back in 2011, or so they basically thought. The computerized resource, which was an intense contender to Bitcoin, generally got its place inside the top digital money list. Curiously, the organizer behind Litecoin declared the venture on a well-known Bitcoin gathering and named it as a light variant of Bitcoin, which is very critical. Also, thus share comparable highlights as the most predominant crypto. Notwithstanding, this altcoin owes to sidestep constraints like lower mining and exchange speeds, which is very critical. With formative overhauls, for example, the Mimble Borer redesign, the altcoin expects to go against constant difficulties. Is it safe to say that you are one of the many enthusiastic about the value expectations of LTC? Fret not, as this review outlines the doable focuses for 2022 and then some. Litecoin value expectation for Q4. It is commonly realized that raising hash rate for any pound network means strength and security for the blockchain. The spike in light of a legitimate concern for excavators could likewise have to do with the income factor. As of press time, the benefit proportion per remains at 37%. Progressively, overpowering measurements of hash rate could give stimulus to the volumes. Wherefore, the cost of LTC could spike to its truly expected high of $73.25, while negative opinions and falling reception rate could end the year at $54.28. Considering in the bullish and negative targets, LTC could settle with a standard cost of $63.53, in spite of prevalent thinking. LTC crypto value expectation for 2023, which is very critical. The year 2023 is pivotal for Litecoin, as the following LTC dividing occasion could happen in the fringe of the year. Given things go according to plan, with fresher selections and coordinated efforts, the cost could shoot to $123.13. Be that as it may, the organization not remaining to the assumptions for the society could bring about the cost taking a plunge to $67.20. Thusly, compelled by a straight standpoint, LTC cost could land at $96.21. Litecoin value expectation for 2024. In the event that the group behind Litecoin carries out major formative updates like that of MWEB, the convention would truly track down in every practical sense more purchasers and adopters. In such a case, the cost of LTC could hit its expected high of $217.98. On the other side, ebbing position and stiffer rivalry could leave the cost at $111.44. Progressively, the ordinary cost could find its base at $164.33. Litecoin value expectation for 2025. Its ongoing value reach can draw in numerous brokers, as it is attainable when contrasted with Bitcoin in every single imaginable angle. Further, assuming the organization prevails with regards to bringing down the block time, it could move heads-on with Bitcoin. Hence, significant joint efforts with monetary foundations. Litecoin can take off up to $374.01, assuming that the above set conditions are basically met. Be that as it may, nervousness in regards to more up-to-date guidelines keeps on continuing among LTC clients. In the event that the market encounters a comparable accident before long, Litecoin's cost can wipe down significantly to $190.02. Yet, taking into account that drawn-out financial backers will adhere to the cash, or so they especially thought, the typical cost at which LTC could exchange toward the finish of the following 3 years is $281.21. Litecoin value expectation. Formed Litecoin cost forecast. A few perceived organizations could contribute and acknowledge LTC as an installment. It is a fundamentally conceivable reality due to the way that LTC brings down exchange paces and expenses, which appears to be engaging. Assuming the coin acquires some promotion before very long for this situation, the LTC cost can strike a genuinely high of above $73 in 2022 in the event of the bull rally, in spite of prevalent thinking. In any case, with rising debates on POW as well as the way that specific joint efforts like in every practical sense have removed, Litecoin can drop to $54 toward the finish of 2022. What is Litecoin? Imparting likenesses to Bitcoin. It deals with a proof-of-work agreement system. However, the stage includes complex computational calculations to mine blocks. That is then secured to the blockchain of the organization, which is an extremely open record. For mining, the stage utilizes the script convention, which in a real sense helps in keeping up with all things considered, additional decentralization in a significant way. Likewise, fueling private exchanges, Litecoin basically ended up being the organization that demonstrated each member can trade monetary forms with zero expense. Each exchange made on the blockchain stays irreversible and gets put away there until the end of time. Like traditional blockchain innovation, in a real sense, no one has alter admittance to the information exchange on the Litecoin blockchain. Likewise, in uncommon circumstances where monetary standards might be plundered, the organization has a follow print which makes distinguishing the hacked monetary standards simple. LTC is the organization's local cash and is being used inside the organization for giving prizes or motivators to the excavators. Outside the edge, Litecoin goes about as a mechanism of trade and is ending up a genuinely steady and cheap resource. Essential examination. Amazingly, Litecoin is a distributed digital currency created in 2011 by Charlie Lee, a previous Google worker. The digital currency was made in light of the Bitcoin convention. Be that as it may, it contrasts as far as the hashing calculation utilized, extremely hard cap, block exchange times, and a couple of different elements. Litecoin was delivered by means of an open source client on GitHub in the year 2011. The stage is more available to individuals than Bitcoin, consequently known as the silver of the crypto world, though Bitcoin is alluded to as the gold of the crypto world. It makes miniature exchanges conceivably speedy and makes some block memories of simply 2.5 minutes. Note that Bitcoin makes some block memories of 10 minutes. Litecoin has had numerous organizations on board throughout the long term, holding back nothing and utility of its computerized money in spite of mainstream thinking. A portion of the striking coordinated efforts basically are with UFC Octagon in 2018, Miami Dolphins, and NordVPN in an unpretentious way. Of late, Litecoin likewise banded together with Cred, an unmistakable crypto get and loaning stage. The organization hit another achievement when Venmo, the second most popular U.S. monetary application, sent off Litecoin on its foundation. 2018. Amazingly, LTC began the exchange at $244.09 by early January, yet plunged to arrive at the low of $116.46 in April. Later, by mid-December, LTC incredibly most certainly dropped to $24.50. Further, the value began to, in every way that really matters, pour and figured out how to reach $28.74 toward the finish of 2018. 2019. In 2019, Litecoin proceeded with its cost development by exchanging at $31.94 toward the beginning of January. Shockingly, the cost followed a vertical development to reach $141.38 toward the finish of June as Bitcoin's cost hit $12,000 or so they thought. The cost again begun to slide further and was seen exchanging at $42.23 toward 2019 incredibly zen. 2020, it began the year at $41.67 and multiplied to more than $80 in February. The intensity began to leave the market rapidly, and LTC was not resistant from the mid-walk crypto streak crash. In the primary month of Q2, LTC had begun to exchange at $39.84. Afterward, the value began to especially improve consistently. With most certainly certain cost swings, LTC came to $66.65 by mid-August and truly plunged further. Following the extension of Bitcoin's cost rally, LTC was exchanging around $87 toward November's end. Post the cost flood, LTC finished the year at an exchanging cost of $128. 2021, Litecoin had sort of continued the year with an exchanging worth of $132.32. By the mid of February, the cost outperformed $200 and really further